Watcher. I'm going to edit all these little bits and pieces of videos together at some time and put them all out just as one, as the beginner's guide to the Simplex Ultra. Now I've just come up to have a look around really, and I've come to Blackcurrant 1 because I thought, you know, Blackcurrant Field 1, we've done some videos here before and we found those little market trade tokens, little square things. Remember, we found quite a few of those on one of the videos. It's a bit drizzly, it's a bit damp, it's a bit dreich, as the Scots would call it. Oh yeah, I've come up to Blackcurrant 1. There's no blackcurrants, it's been grubbed out. I've got an empty field. Oh my. Things are looking up. It's going to be a good couple of hours, I hope. I was saying that could be a curse, couldn't it? Let's see how it goes. See you on the first one. First hole within 12 feet. The very first hole. Nice little musket ball. Brilliant. Happy with that. Okay, we're an hour in. We've had the musket ball. Now we've had a nice old stud. Quite a bit of rubbish, to be honest. That's nice, isn't it? That's all right. Not patterned, but quite old, I would have said. Yeah, quite a bit of rubbish, and just a case of learning the ground, learning the machine still, really. Digging everything, hoping for the best. Not having that much luck, but hey, luck's there to be changed, isn't it? We're going to crack on. Something worth cleaning. It's got to be a ring, isn't it? Let's give it a clean, see if there's anything on it. It's raining, but we're carrying on. Definitely an old copper ring. That could be any age, but we'll do a bit of investigating back at the ranch. Oh, I'm happy with that. That makes it worthwhile. Happy boy. Nice little lead weight. Haven't had one of those for years. Pierced, so that would have suspended from something. Could have even been a skirt, couldn't it? One of those ones. Don't know. Nice though. Getting a bit close to the motorway now, so motorway's just there, as you can see. So I think this might be a lot of modern the more we go that way. So I might stop about 20-30 foot away from there, turn around and go back. We will see. You going to come and see me, buddy? Oh yeah, you going to come and see me? You're pretty gorgeous, aren't you? There you go. Hello. And there's the other one. Just on the treetops. They're very majestic. Are you going to come see me? There you are. Hello. I can see you. Wow. You're showing an interest, are you? What's that man doing? Let's go and have a look. Yeah, I'm watching you, watching me, mate. I'll see you soon. Well, my time's up. I came back over to Farthingfield because I got fed up with picking up rubbish on that field, so I thought I'd come over and see if I can find a quick coin, just so I've got something to say for myself. Last hole of the day, very thin. I should imagine it's blank. I shouldn't imagine there'd be much on there. Halfpenny size. Hey, I got a coin. Hey, thank goodness for that. Farthingfield just never lets you down. Fantastic. So back at the work ranch, and this is what I mean about rubbish. I mean, there's an awful lot of this on the field. I mean, I'm pleased that the Blackcurrant field has been grubbed out and it's just a field, but we've got to get through all of this. before we find anything good. It's going to take some time. I presume that crusty old lump is the pin, but you're never going to find out exactly when that's from. It looks like a bit of a light, or who knows. That, I would have said, is half a flat thimble. What's left of it? Hey, Marcus? Yeah, no. It might have been old. Some kind of plate from something or another. It's, you know, inside of a watch, there is so much rubbish that I've got to get through before we get down to the good stuff. Speaking of which, we've got a nice old stud, pretty much similar to in design to the one we got last week. Quite an old one, I would have said. No pattern on it that I can see, but they're always good. Little lead weight, either a loom weight or a dress weight. I would have said, judging by the size and the weight of it, I would have said a dress weight. Sat inside somebody's skirt just to keep the skirt down and straight and stop it flapping about. Musket ball, that's been around for a long time. Looking at the crustaceans that have grown on that. That's yeah, they're always a nice find. We don't mind them. It still hurt if it hit you, wouldn't it? I don't fancy that. We come to the star of the show, which is a little ring, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then I got fed up digging up trash, so I thought, I know, I'll have a quick dive onto the farthing field just to see if there's any coins. Random swinging, we got a coin. Can't make out who it is. There is a shadow of a bust on there, but I wouldn't like to hazard a guess as to what or whom it is. Quite thin, so I said it was quite old. Let's have a quick chat about this little sausage, shall we? Right, let's have a chat, as promised, about the little copper ring. Can we see? No discernible marks on it, nothing written on the inside. I was cleaned up as best as I can. Now, copper rings originally date back for 6,000 years or so. The Egyptians, they say it was them. The Indians say it was them. Who knows? Who knows? Somebody invented them. Copper rings were more, certainly in Europe, they were more prolific around the medieval times, the Middle Ages. One, because copper was more accessible, they can mine it and process it a lot easier. Two, because it was quite cheap. It looked like gold for a little while until it started going green. So all classes used it. The serfs used it. I think this is probably a serf's ring of some form. The knights used copper. They had garnets and stones and everything all glued on to their copper rings. The glue that was used, I mean, they had the clasps and everything else, but they weren't that strong, so they had to back it up with a glue, and the glue was made of a boiled fish gut substance. How pleasant. Bishops, they were rings, copper rings were used for religious purposes, and iconography and crosses and all that business were sometimes on them. This is just plain. This may, I mean, you can imagine it may have been a proposal. They started to be used for romantic purposes around that time. Some little serf may have sat in the field and thought, right, I'm going to give this to my old peasant missus over there and say, there you go, there's a ring, will you be mine? And all that. Who knows? She may have said no, and just lobbed it, which is how can we find it in a field 500 years later? Who knows? I'm pleased they did. So there we have, with the Ultra, a little copper ring. Probably 500, maybe 600 years old. It's not a bad day, is it? Cheers for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Mind how you go.